Hey guys, it's Nathaniel here. What we're going to be doing today is doing continuous deployment with Heroku. Um, so again, as I explained sort of in the beginning, what we've done so far is we've ensured the development environment is nice, clean, kosher. The next thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that people can see and sort of see how it functions. So we've got the local tests, as we did previously, which will ensure code quality and code standards. Then we have these um, server level cloud-based tests, which is continuous integration via Circle, which will let us know, whoever the head developer is, whoever the product manager is, like, hey, things are going well. The next thing that's done by a variety of places, Quora, I know off the top of my head, is that they'll have sort of a live staging branch. And so, again, if you're thinking of doing something small, this is pretty easy to set up, easy to do. So let's sort of get right onto it. The first thing that you need to do is make a new Heroku app. I'm going to assume that you have already done this. You can name it whatever you like. I named mine Meteor Maxims as of the name of this. You can check out the overview over here. But what we're going to be checking out first is resources. The first resource that you'll want to go and add is this mdlab MongoDB. So you just type in mlab, you click on this, and then you click on provision. And that will provision it for you. The next thing that we need to do is we need to change some settings. The first setting that we need to change, so we go over to settings, is we need to go over to the config vars. So here we go. In the config vars, you've got this MongoDB, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to show you this entire thing. And you also have this root URL. Root URL is not included in the base, so you need to go ahead and include that. So include root URL, which will be whatever your app name is, Meteor Maxims, blah, 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 .herokuapp.com. Okay? So that's the next thing. The final thing that you'll need to do is down here, and this is under the build pack section. You need to add a build pack. The build pack that I've chosen to add is this one, Meteor Build Pack Horse, which is, I do enjoy here. Why horse? There's a gazillion forks and branches, some are abandoned, some are outdated, so we'll just call this one the horse one. So we're going to use the horse one. If you actually, any time you're going to be using these sorts of things, you want to check out when the last commit is. The last commit was November 28th, 2016. So aside from taking a lovely holiday season, people have been using this branch a lot. So this is the one that we've been using, the one I've used here. And once you're done with all of that, the final thing that you need to do is you need to go ahead and you need to connect this. The connection is in deploy. Again, you can do this all via command line, but I like doing this just through the web UI. You don't need to be cool and use worse tools. So in this case, you just click on GitHub. You need to allow it to connect to your GitHub account. And then the final thing that we need to do down here is we need to click on wait for continuous integration to pass before deploy. And then down here, instead of it saying disable automatic deploys, it will say enable automatic deploys. So you go ahead and enable these automatic deploys. So that's it. Feel free to watch this video again on 2 times speed in order to get this. I'll go ahead and I will link the build pack in, which contains some nifty guides on setting this up. Currently, what I've seen is that a lot of the tutorials explaining how you set up Heroku with Meteor are a little bit out of date, which is okay, but it's best to do this the right way. As of now, this is sort of the most up-to-date version. And it gives you really nice things. It gives you continuous integration, so you're not going to be pushing something to staging if it's going to break staging. It goes ahead and it gives you continuous deployment, which means you're always going to have the most recent staging branch up, so you can get your beta users, your DevOps, whoever you want to force to use your app before it's actually out, to go use the staging branch and make sure they tell you anything that you need to do, any hot fixes that you need to push before you actually deploy this to production. Okay, so I guess the final thing, in order to open this app, you just go ahead and click on Open App. It's just going to show you this sort of old click me sort of button, so it's not a big deal over here. There's no code that's associated with this. All of this is done via Heroku. You don't even need to set up the command line interface. So I hope this will help. I know that I had a tough time setting up my first staging instance, especially after I've already gotten into the habit of using specific things. So this is okay. Eventually I might make a new video on how to deploy this using Galaxy, but Heroku's free. Okay, thanks guys, and I'll see you next time.